Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon. Right. So today we'll be discussing about TCA. Good afternoon. Citric acid cycle or tricarboxylic acid cycle, or which is also called Krebs cycle. All of them refer to the same thing. Okay. Quite famous. This is also another cycle, just like glycolysis, that is responsible for generation of energy in your body. So just like glycolysis, this is using certain compounds wherein ATP is generated, or essentially energy is generated in a slightly different way, but still energy is generated. Now it starts off with one product that you get at the end of glycolysis called pyruvate. So we'll talk about it with respect of one molecule of glucose. Okay. Let us suppose we have a single molecule of glucose, which is a 6 carbon compound. All right. This 6 carbon compound is converted into two molecules of pyruvate. We've already gone through this in glycolysis. There are two molecules of pyruvate formed, which are three molecules individually by going through glycolysis. Now, what happens is at the start of TCA, this is how glycolysis and TCA are related. They are related through pyruvate. Pyruvate loses a carbon dioxide and loses hydrogens. So, essentially, there is one particular enzyme called pyruvate dehydrogenase. Actually, it is pyruvate dehydrogenase complex, special type of enzyme. What this enzyme will do is, first of all, it will remove one carbon dioxide from this. So for now, just imagine, forget about these two pyruvate. Just imagine there is a single pyruvate molecule which has three carbons, and it is losing one carbon dioxide, meaning essentially it is losing one carbon. Other than that, it is also losing a NADH plus H plus molecule. All right. So the first step in citric acid cycle is the pyruvate that you get from glycolysis. At the end of glycolysis, the three carbon molecule that will be subjected to pyruvate dehydrogenase complex, because of which it loses carbon dioxide and it will generate NADH plus H plus. ये NADH plus H plus ऐसा आ रहा, essentially one NAD molecule ऐसा रहता reaction. NAD molecule comes and it will take away the hydrogens. One second. It will take away the hydrogens from pyruvate and you get NADH plus H plus. इसमें hydrogens आ रहे, मतलब this fellow is getting dehydrogenated. It is losing hydrogens. Pyruvate loses hydrogen, and the result will be a two carbon compound. This is a three carbon compound. It is losing one carbon dioxide molecule, meaning only two carbons are left. That molecule is called acetyl coenzyme A, or acetyl CoA for short. It's a two carbon molecule. That acetyl CoA molecule will be the first molecule participating in TCA. That is the connecting step between glycolysis and TCA. This step, very, very important step. That is the connecting step in between glycolysis and TCA. Now, normally, as I told you, Krebs cycle is used to generate energy through oxidation of acetyl coenzyme A. You use it to synthesize NADH, amino acids, mainly occurs in mitochondria. Glycolysis, which occurs in cytosol, जिसका end product will be pyruvate, that goes to form acetyl coenzyme A. Acetyl coenzyme A will continue its reaction in mitochondria, where the rest of the Krebs cycle will occur. Krebs cycle occurs in mitochondria of eukaryotes. In case of prokaryotes, it will occur in cytosol, but in us humans, it will occur in this thing mitochondria. Okay, glycolysis occurs in cytosol. Now coming back to the reaction, this two carbon compound, which is acetyl coenzyme A, combines with oxaloacetate. Now I'll show you an image. Hold on, one second. Right. So don't be intimidated by this. You only need to remember the names. I didn't get a clear enough picture. That is why I use this. So in TCA, whenever you are writing for your exam, you don't need to memorize all the structures. Just the names are enough. Names of the enzyme and names of the products. Okay. Forget about the structures as such. Just remember the names. Now, what happens is acetyl coenzyme A. So this is the structure of acetyl coenzyme A. This what you see here is acetyl coenzyme A. ठीक है, acetyl coenzyme A combines with oxaloacetate. So ये combination कैसा हो रहा? See, citric acid cycle continuously keeps on occurring, and the end product of the citric acid cycle will be oxaloacetate. The end product of the previous cycle of citric acid cycle, that will combine with the new product, that is acetyl coenzyme A, and it will form the first product of citric acid. So think of it as the same example I used yesterday. You need a little bit of primer curd to make new curd. Okay? The same way यहाँ पर oxaloacetate is acting as the primer. So one product that is formed at the end of citric acid cycle will help in the formation of the first product of citric acid cycle. Okay, so what happens is essentially a 2 carbon compound, which is acetyl coenzyme A, combines with a 4 carbon compound. This is a 4 carbon compound. Oxaloacetate is a 4 carbon compound, and you will get a 6 carbon compound, which is citrate. So 4 plus 2 becomes 6. Okay, यहाँ पर देखो, there is 1, 2, 3 and 4 carbons. Here you have 2 carbons, 1 and 2, and you end up with citrate, which is a 6 carbon molecule. Alright, this reaction occurs in the presence of citrate synthase and with the help of a water molecule. This is the first reaction. Citrate gets isomerized. Okay, its structure changes. If you can see there, you'll be able to observe that the structure of, one second, yeah, the structure of citrate is changing, and it will become isocitrate. Okay, hydrogens are being misplaced, and what happens is essentially in the presence of aconitase. Aconitase is also a type of isomerase enzyme, just like mutase, isomerase, पूरे isomerization के लिए use करते हैं ये enzyme को. And what happens is aconitase will change the shape of citrate. As such, you will get isocitrate. Okay, second step. Now, isocitrate undergoes a reaction where in the presence of NAD, it will lose hydrogens and it will lose 1 carbon molecule. So this is a 6 carbon molecule. This is 6 carbon, right? If it is losing 1 carbon, 1 carbon dioxide, or essentially 1 carbon, what you get is a 5 carbon molecule. It will lose 1 carbon and it will lose 2 hydrogens. That reaction is occurring in the presence of isocitrate dehydrogenase. So citrate first is being isomerized into isocitrate, changing structure. That change structure is undergoing dehydrogenation and decarboxylation as well, as because it is losing carbon dioxide. And the product you get is alpha ketoglutarate. Okay. Alpha ketoglutarate again undergoes dehydrogenation. It will lose hydrogens again, and it will lose carbon dioxide. Okay. So in the presence of alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase complex, it will lose a carbon dioxide molecule and it will lose 2 hydrogen molecules in the form of NADH plus H plus. You end up getting succinyl coenzyme A. Okay. This succinyl coenzyme A is a 4 carbon compound. Right, as you can see, there are 4 carbons here. Now, यहाँ पर सक्सेनाइल कोएंजाइम में इसलिए बन रहा क्योंकि वहां पर एक कोए मॉलिक्यूल अटैच हो रहा था in that reaction where alpha ketoglutarate was converting into succinyl coenzyme A. You had NADH coming into picture, which was taking away the hydrogens from alpha ketoglutarate. 1 carbon dioxide was being lost, and 1 coenzyme A molecule was coming into picture, which gets attached into alpha ketoglutarate, in the end making succinyl coenzyme A. Succinyl coenzyme A loses the coenzyme A molecule. Along with losing coenzyme A molecule, it will also cause the generation of a JTP molecule. Okay, one molecule of energy will be formed. A GDP molecule, guanine diphosphate, guanosine diphosphate, that along with one inorganic phosphate will use the energy from succinyl coenzyme A. Succinyl coenzyme A, when the bond is broken, succinyl and coenzyme A के बीच में जो bond रहता हो उसको जब break करते हैं, essentially this bond when it is broken, it releases energy. That energy is stored in the form of GTP. That energy will help GDP combine with inorganic phosphate and you end up getting GTP. Okay? And the result will be succinate molecule along with one coenzyme A. This coenzyme A is being released outside. Succinate molecule again loses 2 hydrogens. Now this time the hydrogens are being lost to FAD, flavin adenine dinucleotide, rather than nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. Har bar NAD take every time NAD is taking the hydrogens, right? This time FAD will take the hydrogens. There will be a slight difference in the end in the yield. I will tell you what is the difference. FAD takes away 2 hydrogens and you end up getting fumarate. This reaction occurs in the presence of succinate dehydrogenase. Fumarate gets added with one water molecule. It gets hydrolyzed. ठीक है. One water molecule is added to fumarate, and in the presence of fumarase, the enzyme, you end up getting malate. Malate molecule will lose two more hydrogens, okay, in the presence of malate dehydrogenase, and you end up getting oxaloacetate. So यहाँ पर from here on out carbon will not change, the number of carbons. This is a 4 carbon molecule, this is a 4 carbon molecule, this is a 4 carbon molecule, so is this. कि ये पूरे 4 कार्बन मॉलिक्यूल रहते हैं. The only time carbons are being lost is from isocitrate to alpha ketoglutarate and from alpha ketoglutarate to succinyl coenzyme E. ठीक है, those are the only two steps where carbon dioxide is being lost. Everywhere else the number of carbons will remain the same. ठीक है, फर्स्ट स्टेप में कार्बन ऐड कर रहे हैं आप यहाँ पर. in the first step acetyl coenzyme A plus oxaloacetate, for 2 carbons plus 4 carbons you get citrate. From that you isomerize, and from there you lose 2 carbons and hydrogens as well. From there on out the number of carbons will remain the same, and the reaction repeats. Okay, because you are getting 2 molecules of pyruvate from a single molecule of glucose, a single glucose molecule which is 6 carbon compound yields 2 molecules of pyruvate, 2 3 carbon compounds, meaning this whole reaction can occur twice with one glucose molecule. Okay, I'll repeat once again. One glucose molecule which is a 6 carbon compound, when it undergoes glycolysis it will make 2 molecules of pyruvate, meaning you are getting 2 molecules of 3 carbon compounds, right? अब ये 2 molecule जो है 3 carbon compounds के, it will make sure, see, one molecule of pyruvate was participating in one molecule of Krebs cycle. One molecule of pyruvate was losing a carbon dioxide, it was making acetyl CoA, and acetyl CoA was taking part in citric acid cycle. The whole reaction was occurring. Another molecule of pyruvate which is made from that same glucose molecule again participates in the reaction, and it will cause Krebs cycle to run again, meaning all the products that you get at the end of Krebs cycle can be multiplied by 2, because from a single glucose molecule you are running Krebs cycle 2 times, so the yield will be into 2. समझ में आया ये cycle? If you have doubts or if you didn't understand anything, you want me to repeat any part, please feel free to ask. You can put it in the chat as well if you didn't understand anything. Okay, now coming to the yield of this molecule, what do you get? How much energy are you getting? So first of all, you are getting 4 molecules of NADH. Okay, if you look at that reaction once again, यहाँ पर देखो, let me erase the whole thing once. Repeat once again now. Okay, which part didn't you understand, Sulochana? Specific part, or didn't you understand the whole thing?
From the starting, sir.
You didn't understand anything altogether?
Yes, sir.
देखो, citric acid cycle is essentially, अच्छा आप glycolysis का वीडियो देखे? I sent you guys one playlist इससे पहले in your group of all the videos, all the classes that have been taken. Have you all seen that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then you have seen glycolysis. Okay, I'm assuming that you've seen glycolysis. Glycolysis में your body is trying to generate energy. Okay, because for you to survive as a human you need energy. Glycolysis is a reaction where one molecule of glucose, now you eat food, right? That food will be converted into glucose. That glucose, when it undergoes glycolysis, it will convert into pyruvate. What you are doing through glycolysis is essentially you are converting one 6 carbon compound into 2 3 carbon compounds. Pyruvate is a 3 carbon compound, you will get two molecules of pyruvate. ठीक है, now यहाँ से आपका citric acid cycle start होता. Pyruvate will lose 1 carbon. So for now, forget about the second pyruvate molecule. Just concentrate on one molecule of pyruvate. This is a single 3 carbon molecule. ठीक है? This gets converted into acetyl coenzyme A, which is a 2 carbon molecule. For it to become 2 carbon molecule, first of all, it has to lose 1 carbon, which is happening in the form of carbon dioxide. Other than that, this will also lose 2 hydrogens. NAD comes, nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. It will take away 2 hydrogens from pyruvate and you get NADH plus H plus. Acetyl coenzyme A takes part in Krebs cycle. अब यहाँ तक समझ में आया? Did you understand till here what is happening?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this 2 carbon molecule, acetyl coenzyme A, will combine with a 4 carbon molecule. Where is that 4 carbon molecule coming? So Krebs cycle keeps on going it keeps on repeating itself. The end product of Krebs cycle you saw earlier was oxaloacetate. This is a 4 carbon molecule. Okay? This is the end product of Krebs cycle. Just like pyruvate, which is the end product of glycolysis, oxaloacetate is the end product of Krebs cycle. What happens is oxaloacetate combines with acetyl coenzyme A in the presence of water. Okay? These two will combine. Now what happens if I combine one molecule of 2 carbons and one molecule of 4 carbon? How many molecules of carbon will I get? If I combine one molecule of 2 carbons, which is acetyl coenzyme A, we got that from pyruvate already. Oxaloacetate we are getting from Krebs cycle, which is a 4 carbon molecule. At the end of Krebs cycle, you know, we get oxaloacetate. Okay? If I combine both of them, how many carbons will I get? Fine. What is 4 plus 2?
6, sir. 6 carbons, sir.
I thought for a moment you forgot that there is a subject called math. Okay. All right. So the 6 carbon molecule that you are getting is citrate. Okay. When you combine acetyl coenzyme A and you combine oxaloacetate, you end up getting citrate. Another reaction, sub-reaction that occurs in the same reaction is that this coenzyme A will get lost. This fellow gets out of the reaction. This fellow will not combine into this reaction and it will not come into citrate. Coenzyme A gets out. Okay. So only the acetyl part and the oxaloacetate part joins together to make citrate. From citrate, so look here. Here is your citrate, right? यहाँ पर देखो, this is a 6 carbon molecule. It will first undergo isomerization. Isomerization means it will change its structure. All right. If you look closely, this citrate molecule and isocitrate, they have the same number of carbons, same number of hydrogens, and same number of oxygens. The only difference is their placement. Okay. That is isomerization reaction. You are just changing the structure of that product. Okay. This reaction occurs in the presence of aconitase, and what will happen is aconitase essentially, if you look closely, specific isomerization is occurring here. I'm not able to draw that, but essentially in the second carbon, यहाँ पर देखो, ठीक है? Now aconitase will end up making isocitrate. Isocitrate undergoes dehydrogenation, and the product from that dehydrogenation will undergo again dehydrogenation. So 2 times you are losing hydrogens. यहाँ पर you are losing hydrogens, and again you are losing hydrogens here. The compound is losing hydrogens. Along with hydrogens, it is losing 2 carbons. 1 carbon here and 1 carbon here. So we have a 6 carbon compound. Here also we have a 6 carbon compound. If it loses 1 carbon, that is 6 minus 1, 5 carbon here. This fellow is again losing a carbon, 5 minus 1, this is a 4 carbon compound. Succinyl coenzyme. यहाँ पर क्या होता, when you know this alpha ketoglutarate, when this molecule is getting converted into this, essentially this reaction is occurring, one coenzyme A molecule will get added, giving you succinyl coenzyme A. This 4 carbon coenzyme A molecule, succinyl coenzyme A molecule, loses coenzyme A, and whenever it is losing coenzyme A, some energy is released. That energy is responsible for conversion of GDP and inorganic phosphate into GTP. Okay? You are taking 2 molecules, that is one GDP guanosine diphosphate and one inorganic phosphate. Whatever energy you get from breaking that bond, breaking this bond, you will convert it into GTP. You will make sure that GDP and inorganic phosphate are sticking together with that energy to give you GTP, and the product succinate. Now from here on out, all the products will be 4 carbon. This is a 4 carbon, this is a 4 carbon molecule, 4 carbon and 4 carbon. Okay. Succinate undergoes dehydrogenation again losing 2 hydrogens. Fumarate will get hydrolyzed. It will have a water molecule added to it in the presence of fumarase, and this fumarase gets converted into, whenever you add water, it gets converted into malate. Malate loses hydrogen again in the form of NADH2, and the end product is oxaloacetate. That is the end product of Krebs cycle that will attach with another molecule of acetyl coenzyme A, and hence reaction repeats. Rinse and repeat the whole thing. अभी समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So as I was telling you earlier, anyone else any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. So as I was telling you, from one glucose molecule, you are getting 2 molecules of pyruvate, right? We just saw the reaction where we took 1 molecule of pyruvate, converted into acetyl coenzyme A, and got oxaloacetate, the whole Krebs cycle essentially. So from glucose, I can run that cycle 2 times. Because I'm getting 2 pyruvates, I should be able to get 2 acetyl CoA, and I should get 2 Krebs cycle, right? So all the products that you get at the end of Krebs cycle will be multiplied by 2, meaning what all are you getting? Now look at the products that you get. 1 second. See, first, यहाँ पर you are getting, specifically with the energetics I'm talking about, not all the products, okay? The ones that will yield energy, this fellow will come into picture. NADH plus H plus, again this NADH and this NADH. 1 second. Then similar to NADH, you have FADH2, and you are getting one direct molecule of GTP. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3 NADH. There is another NADH. Wo NADH is coming when pyruvate is being converted into acetyl coenzyme. It is not mentioned here in this image, but if you remember, when pyruvate was being converted into acetyl coenzyme, I told you 1 carbon dioxide is lost and you are getting 1 NADH, meaning at the end of one Krebs cycle, you are getting 4 molecules of NADH, a single molecule of FADH2, 1 molecule of GTP, and 2 molecules of carbon dioxide. I'll just write that down. At the end of one K cycle, or the end of one TCA, your yield is 4 NADH, 1 FADH, 1 GTP, and 1 carbon dioxide. Sorry, 2 carbon dioxide. Now, if that reaction has occurred 2 times, because pyruvate, there are 2 molecules of pyruvate, the whole reaction will occur 2 times, meaning all of this into 2 is equal to 8 molecules of NADH, 2 molecules of FADH, 2 molecules of GTP, and 4 molecules of carbon dioxide. This is the net yield. Now, if we talk about it in terms of ATP, 1 molecule of NADH will give you 2.5 ATP. Essentially, what happens is, in electron transport chain during glycolysis, I told 3. In some textbooks, you'll find it 3, but technically speaking, what happens is, आप लोगों को electron transport chain नहीं है. Intermediate में था नहीं था, I'm not sure if you remember it or not, but electron transport chain occurs when NADH and FADH are helping in transport of hydrogens, and whenever these hydrogens are being transported, ATP will be transported out. Okay, that is how you calculate the conversion of NADH to ATP or FADH to ATP. The thing is that for every 10 molecules of NADH, you end up getting 4 molecules of ATP, meaning a single molecule of ATP, or you can also say in this way. 1 second. Sorry, 4 molecules of NADH will give 10 ATP. Sorry, I got the other way around. Meaning a single molecule of NADH will give you 2.5 ATP, 10 by 4. ठीक है? Similarly, FADH will give you 1.5. ठीक है? 4 molecules of FADH will give you 6 ATP. So, यहाँ पर अगर आप मल्टीप्लाई करें, 1 FADH is giving you 1.5 ATP, right? NO 2.5, NO 1.5. 8 into 2.5 will be how much? 4 into 2.5 is 10. 8 into 2.5 will be 20. This will yield 20 ATP. 2 molecules of FAD will lead 2 into 1.5 is 3 ATP. A single molecule of GTP is equivalent to ATP. एक GTP has the same amount of energy as ATP. ठीक है? So this can be considered as 2 ATPs. Hence, the net yield of Krebs cycle will be 25 ATP. Okay, you'll get 25 ATP molecules and 4 carbon dioxide molecules. That is the result of Krebs cycle. Understood? This is the energetics. You'll have to write this energetics in your exam. If you did not understand or if you want me to repeat it, please feel free to ask. Because in your exam, when you are asked, write about Krebs cycle, if you only draw the diagram, the cycle itself, you'll not get the whole marks. Forget about the whole marks, you might get half the marks. You have to write the energetics as well. This, how energy distribution occurs, how ATP is being formed. If you want me to repeat it again or you didn't understand it, please feel free to ask. All right, take that as a yes then. Chalo. With this, we have completed metabolism of carbohydrates. Tomorrow we'll start a new chapter. Okay.